Getting snappy.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And today is our Restore and Recharge at Barre, or the invisible chair. For now, all you need is a little bit of space. Let's get started on the floor.
Let's do it.
So I just want to check one thing.
Check that one thing, Lauren, and we'll take our time getting down. Maybe it's the lunge, maybe it's that toe squat, but let's assemble on our elbow just quickly, and then we'll get right into that sit. Pack a shoulder. That's a theme that will carry through today's practice and set up. Either in Lauren's sit right away, or come back here to the elbow. Just take a quick second here, and at the head, look towards the elbow. So nice and easy, the chest stays stable or the back doesn't move, but the head looks at the elbow. Then look to the ceiling. Then while we're here, push that top hip forward. Then look to the ground again one more time. Then to the ceiling one more time. And then push the floor away, and let's get to our first sit. How's that feeling today?
We're at 90 with the front leg, and the bent leg is back at 90 degrees behind us, just in case you couldn't see it, how we were sitting.
You got it. Let's go back to that elbow. Check. Then top hip, we're going to push that one forward, pulling the bottom leg in. Initiate the rotation with the head, look towards the elbow. Are those shoulder blades retracted? And then very slowly, and probably a very small range, rotate your sternum or rib cage towards the floor. Then look to the ceiling with the head, and then press the floor away through the elbow, opening up through the rib cage. One more time, initiate with the head. Our head will look to the ground. Is that top hip still pushing forward? Then rotate through the rib cage. Let's just take a big breath in here. Exhale. Then look up with the head, open through the shoulders, and let's just press ourselves back to our sit. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Anyhow you want, let's switch to the other side. So find the elbow. Let's make sure that shoulder is stacked right up on top of the elbow as well. Knees about 90, ankles in that dorsiflex or 90 degrees position. And then I like that hand either on the hip where Lauren had it or across the chest. Now look at the head, with your head, look at the elbow on the floor. A super slow chin tuck, a casual rotation. Is that top hip pushing forward? Then look to the ceiling with the head neck. Easy does it. And then one more time, look down with the head. And then one more time back up. Then let's press the floor away, get to our first sit on this position, and this side is not as easy for me, but we're working on it. How about you?
Yeah, not as easy, but feeling good.
Feeling good. Let's go back to that elbow. You might change your feet just a little bit with those knees, top hips forward, at the head. Look towards the elbow on the floor. Then with the shoulders retracted, we'll rotate chest or sternum towards the ground. Then initiate with the head, rotation looking back up. Then rotation through the rib cage. And one last time, we'll look down, head, neck, rotation through the rib cage. Ensure that those shoulder blades are squeezing together. Then look up with the head, neck, rotation through the body. And then we'll push ourselves back to that sits position. And hopefully that freed up that rib cage, that this gets easier or more familiar as we go through the practice. To you, Lauren.
From here, let's just flip, taking our legs underneath us, and come into a kneeling position to work on our wrist mobility. So from their tall kneel, just extend your arms out front. First, connect your 4 fingertips to the floor. Your thumb's just going to hang out in space. From those fingertip connections, roll from the index finger towards the pinky finger, and pinky finger towards the index finger. And as you continue doing that, you'll work them down so that that first knuckle or callus line then touches the floor, but the palms are still up. Rotate those elbow pits forward, keep your shoulders down, and slowly descend so your heels or your palms come down to the floor with straight elbows. Now from here, those fingers are spread out nice and wide, our elbows are nice and straight, babies push into the floor. Then ring fingers, then middle fingers, then index fingers, then thumbs. And then pull on the floor, drifting your shoulders towards over your fingers, and push yourself back, keeping your tailbone long as you rock back. Repeat again. Feel that pull on the floor to pull yourself forward. Stay connected with all those fingers. And then press yourself back. Tailbone stays long. One last time, pulling on the floor forward. Then this time we'll press back, flicking the floor away and shaking out those hands. 1 second. Excuse me. Then from here, we'll do our palms face each other. And same idea. Use your hinge. First, the 4 fingers touch the floor. So those 4 tips of the fingers. And then slowly put those fingers down so callus line touch. Straighten your elbows. Pack your shoulders. Thumbs and palms connect with the floor. Now those shoulders are set. The elbows are straight. Push your right fingers into the floor to send you to the left. And then push your left fingers into the floor to send you to the right. And let's do that a couple times using your muscles and that transfer of weight to send you side to side. Once back into center, peel the palms up off the floor and then flick the fingertips away. Nice. From here, we'll get into a little light kneeling lunge. So let's bring a knee up in front. You can either have that back toe tucked or untuck it behind you, whatever's more comfortable. Just make sure it's in straight line. With your hands on your hips, take your bowl of punch or your pelvis and gently do some hip circles. So you're reaching around, circling the hips around, but keeping the legs fairly stationary. Pause, do 2 in the other direction. Shoulders are pretty stationary. You're thinking about moving the pelvis around those femur bones. Come back to center. Gently spill the punch forward or tilt your tailbone to the ceiling behind you. Then scoop the punch bowl under, tucking that back hip, squeezing your back cheek and feeling some work through your front hip flexor. Now that you're there, push down with your front foot, pull it in, push back with your back hip and just meet that tension. So you have the scissor action in your hips for 3, 2, and then relax but stay. Repeat again. Tuck that back hip under, push down in that front foot, pull it in, pull, push, 3, 2, and then easy off. Let's stay on the same side and just heel toe that leg open. I'd like to do some of the rotations Ian did earlier, but from a different position. So with those hips level, take the same arm as the leg that's to the side and put it across your chest. Then from here, rotate your head over that knee and then your shoulders that direction. Coming back to center, head will come back to center, and then shoulders will come back to center. One more time and add on. Head rotates, shoulders rotate. Now this time, like your get up, push your hips back, hinging on the hip, hand finds the floor, stack your shoulders. From here, head will look at the hand on the floor, shoulders will rotate closed. Then head will look up to the ceiling, shoulders will rotate open. One last time. Head rotates to hand on floor, shoulders close up, head rotates to ceiling, shoulders open up. From there, press the floor away, head, shoulders back to center, heel toe that leg, and then zip, bring it underneath. Shake it out. Do the same thing on the other side.
Same thing on the other side. So we're setting up in that lunge, trying to get those hips to level. As Lauren said, we'll try to draw circles around those femurs with the hips. I'll start going this way, out to the side a little, around the back, and try to build that connection that it's the hips doing this action and not your low back. This is my second revolution as I go in a clockwise fashion around this left hip. And then back at midnight, I'll switch and go counterclockwise. So it's a tuck under, a little bit of a reach to the side, pull to get over there. Feel that tension in the adductors, the hip flexors, and hopefully lovely connections within the hips. From here, Lauren had us figure out that scissor with the push-pull. We'll start by tucking the hips under and then tipping the tailbone back. Then re-scoop that back leg, that standing leg here, and then pull, pressing down into the floor, pulling into center, and then it is a push from that back hip to maintain it in extension. Relax that tension. Repeat just one more time. Initiate the tuck of the back leg, pull into center, Enliven, stretch, load, feel the tension on the hip flexor, and coast away. Then easy does it, open to the side. Next, the rotations from here. Hips as level as we can, hips through, the hand of the same lateral leg across the chest. Retract that shoulder. Chin tuck. Rotation to look over the knee. Let that upper body follow. Keep the shoulder blades in retraction. Then return the head to center. Return the body to center. Adding on, it's the chin tuck and rotation. Then the rib cage rotations next. We hinge on the hip. Fingertips, calluses, and hands, Lauren, just like you said. And then stack. Shoulders over the wrist. Then slowly look at the head, with the head, look at the hand on the floor. Shoulder blades are pulling together next as we rotate through the T-spine or rib cage. Look up to the ceiling with the head. Rotate through the body next. And one last time, looking down with the head. Keep your head in that position. It's likely to want to drift further, but stabilize.
And do what, sorry?
Just keep looking at the same place on the floor. Then rotate through the rib cage. Then look up slowly, next to the rib cage, then press the floor away, extending through. Return your head and your rib cage to center, and then heel toe into the front, and from here, underneath. We'll stay down low. Lauren's gonna coach us through some gentle planking, and then probably some more aggressive planking, thinking about those X-like connections, I'm sure.
All right, let's get down to our first plank, but that's a high plank. So our hands connect to the floor. Our shoulders are packed, elbows nice and straight. Whether you're doing this from your knees, which is great in that modified position, or from your toes, hips and shoulders are in the same line. No matter where you are right now, let's tuck our hips, squeeze our glutes, pull our kneecaps up for quad tension, pull our shoulders down, and pull right hand to right foot, left hand to left foot. Nothing moves, just pull like you're on parallel lines for 3, 2, knees come down. With your knees down, gently tilt your tailbone a little bit to the ceiling. Don't over crank that low back, but just a light tilt. From here, push your hands forward and gently rock your hips back. Try to keep those toes tucked if you could, just to get that added bonus on the toes. If not, pointed feet are fine. Now pull on the floor, bringing yourself forward. Let's do that one more time. Slight tailbone to ceiling, gently rock back into that low position. This time you're going to pull yourself forward and pull yourself up off the floor. So pulling forward, knees will disconnect from the floor unless you're in that modified plank, and hold again. This time, right hand to left hip, left hand to right hip. You're creating an X pattern of tension here underneath you. X person. 4, 3, 2. Place your knees down, but just slightly wider than your hips. Your feet might have to adjust. Let's do the same thing again. That slight tilt to the tailbone, and this time rock back. We're getting towards that low squat position this time. And then pull yourself forward. Repeat again. You're only going as far back as you can keep that shape with that nice long spine, not letting your low back round or tuck under. We're going to pull ourselves forward, hold one last plank, so lift those knees, adjust the feet. One last plank. Ready? Railroad track tension. Pull parallel lines. Switch it. Pull X pattern. Switch it. Pull parallel. Switch it. Pull X. Now relax it. Tilt the tailbone to the ceiling. Lift the hips up so the knees are not on the floor. They're coming with you this time. You're walking your hands back to your feet to your hinge position. And then whoop, press to top. Whoop, there it is.
I did not see the frog on the menu today, but I am very happy that maybe the frog is making its way back into our practice. But keeping that tailbone long in your favorite child's pose or in that modified down dog, super important, as is drinking great coffee. So, without further ado, let's maybe spend some time in that coffee time squat. We'll do it barehanded here, but maybe as a challenge for you, open up to your favorite squat stance. Pardon me?
It says narrow to wide.
Narrow squats. Lauren, thank you. With your feet in parallel, let's just keep working on those knees over toes habits then. The feet are flat, the knees go towards over the toes. Knees stay relatively in the same place and push those hips through. Lauren's side profile demonstrates that beautifully. Knees over toes, like a broad jump, ski jump, push those hips forward. One more time, knees over toes, hips forward. If you happen to fall out of it, that's okay because we do want the direction of weight going forward, but learn to control that as well. Maybe add that little bit of a shake, and then looking at the menu, shoulder time. Let's just start with our hands forward. Low effort, elevate the shoulders. Then pull those shoulders back down. One more time up, and one more time down. Now keep the hands attached to the sides with the thumbs facing forward now, and retract the shoulder blades, straighten those elbows, and then forward shoulder blades or protraction, keeping the hands in the same place. Repeat one more, low effort retraction, then that low effort forward or protraction. Good habits are to finish with the shoulder blades in a light retraction, so pull them back one more time, and then just shake it out. One more version of that. Let's start with the hands down low, one elevating shoulder move, and then one pull down. Then from here, flex or bend on the elbows to the W. One shoulder shrug and pull down. And from the W, let's go to the T. Palms facing forward or slightly turned up. From the T, we'll elevate the shoulders again and pull back down. And either return to the W, stay at the T, or with those armpits low, bring the hands towards your Y shape overhead. And again, last elevation or shrug. Then our final pull. Pull with straight arms, and there's a limit. So then encourage those elbows to bend, pulling back to that pull-ups position or our W, and then cramp up those arms and press through to the ground as we extend the elbows. Add a little shake, and Lauren will carry on with our squats for today.
Nice. Each time we're getting a little bit wider, so let's turn to our first position. From here, we'll do the same thing where we pull ourselves down, knees towards over toes, and then press into the floor, growing tall, pulling those kneecaps up, straightening those knees. Repeat again. Feel the pull together in the adductors to send your knees over your toes. Push into the floor. This time from those straight knees, let's find a light rise. Only go as far as you can to hold, and then come down with control. Repeat that same effort again. Knees towards over toes. Now straighten your knees. Now follow me up. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. And then 3, 2, 1. Descend. Sometimes we rush that up because it's easier. Slow it down. Knees towards over toes. This time, heels leave the floor and hold. Then heels come back down and press to tall. One last time. Knees over toes. Heels leave the floor and hold. And then press those heels back down and grow to tall. Let's find one more controlled balance. Slow on the up, holding, and then slow on the descent. And shake. Nice. From there, a little shoulder action. This time, let's stagger our stance. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We'll take the same arm as the back leg and gently extend it in front of us. From here, check out your elbow. Is it straight? Good. Yes is the correct answer. Now, reach that arm forward so your blade wraps around your shoulder blade, reaching away from you. Keep your elbow straight. Retract your blade, pulling it back to where you got it from. Repeat it again. Blade goes forward, scooping, reaching. Blade pulls back. Now from here, let's start bending the elbow and rowing the arm into the side of our body, just to about 90 degrees so it's in line. You can see that on Ian. From here, gently retract the shoulder blade back again. Now keep your blade exactly where it is, but slowly extend your arm out front. You'll hit a point where your blade will then have to reach forward. So let's do that. Blade reaches forward.
Straighten that elbow.
Now straighten that elbow. Retract the blade. Hold. Then bend the elbow, pulling it back to that L shape. Let's do that one more time. Blade retracts. It stays there. Arm slowly extends. Then from there, reach the blade forward to protract it. Pack the shoulder, don't bend the elbow. Then bend the elbow, juicing the orange in your armpit as you pull that arm back. Once there, retract the blade one last time. You're going to extend the arm and bring that back foot through underneath. Whew. Shake it out. Same thing on the other side. So stagger that other foot forward. I know it's hard. What foot did I do? Same arm as the back leg, extends. First, blade goes forward, blade retracts back. Repeat again, check out that elbow. Blade slides forward, blade retracts back, elbow stays straight. Once the blade is there, start bending the elbow, pulling to that L shape or 90 degrees. Once there, hold, retract the blade a little bit more, keep it there, extend the arm out front. Good. Reach, wrap that blade forward again. Don't bend the elbow, pull the blade back to where you got it. Keep it there. Start pulling your imaginary rope. Elbow stays in tight. Row, row, row your boat. Once there, retract the blade.
On our
hold it,
YouTube stream.
and then extend. I don't get your joke.
Gently up the stream.
Oh, gently up the stream, right. Arm straight. Good. One more time. Blade goes forward. Blade goes back. Last row. Pull that rope. Pull, pull, pull. Row, row, row. Retract your blade. Hold. And then gently extend your arm, bringing your back leg through. That was good. Sorry, didn't get your joke.
I'm sorry. It's all borderline dad jokes from me, so it's always a little bit.
Learning from the best.
Go. You got it. Check, check, check. It's time for that movement clock. Let's start with those feet in a parallel position and pull up so the ankle is touching that standing leg ankle. Then point, landing toe ball heel just like the wrists in the warm-up, and then we'll push forward to come back. Stay with that same leg, lift the knee to midnight or straight, then open to 10 o'clock or 2 on a diagonal, then point. Toe ball heel on the landing, pulling in, then pressing away to return to center. Pull the knee to the front, then open to the side, 9 or 3 on that clock, then point. We're landing toe ball heel, pull together to create stability, press away for power, and assemble. Then knee forward, knee to the side. Now this hip you're standing on will do the rotation. You'll find that new corner, point the leg, toe ball heel, pulling together, then pressing away and assembling. Next, it's the knee bend where the quads stay parallel, toe ball heel to the floor. Feel that tension in a single leg squat, then press off the back leg to come forward. Repeat those same movements on the other side. It's knee to the front, point, toe ball heel, pull that front leg back to create tension and press away for power. Then pull up, knee to the 10 or 2, point, toe ball heel, pull together, create tension, press away, maybe too much power there, and in. Knee forward, knee side, straighten the leg, toe ball heels on those landings. Hello.
Hello.
Then press away with power. It's always knee to the front. Then we can open it to the side. Now turn on that standing leg hip, point, land toe ball heel pulling, pressing away and assembling, and knee bend. Toe ball heel out the back, pulling under, pushing forward. And that is our first movement clock here today.
We're gonna pair our movement clocks with either planks, if that's for you, or maybe a couple push-ups. So let's get down to the floor, establish that position, and then you choose. Using your hip hinge, push those hips back. Let's just hang out here for a second because it feels good. Now, keep those shins vertical, lift your hips, slushy pants. Lift your hips a little bit further in the air. I don't know if you could hear that, but Ian's slushing away here. And then gently bend your knees again. Repeat that again. Hips lift a little bit into the air, making those shins even more vertical, wearing that load on your hamstring, nice long spine, and then gently relax. Let's walk ourselves out into that push-up or plank position, depends on you. If you're holding your planks, go, high tension. If you're doing some push-ups, let's do 5-ish push-ups or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Pack your shoulders, pull yourself down up to tall. Repeat for your number of push-ups, feeling those lats engage as you pull yourself down. The glutes still squeeze. The core brace like you have that turtle shell on the front. Once you're done, lift those hips with a nice long spine. Walk your hands back to your feet in that hinge position. and then press the floor away to stand up tall.
Just stand up tall.
Excuse me.
Two
sorry.
sets of those movement clocks, Lauren?
I'm a little froggy today.
That's the question, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Great.
yes.
Great. Well, you stick with it.
Okay. All right. From here, we're going to peel that foot up off the floor, point it to the front, toe ball, heel, land. We're going to spend a little bit more time in this position now. Just like Ian did last time, pull the floor together. So pull your front foot to your back foot. Then press the floor away, but stay. Now, come to center. Relax for a second, but don't, because you're going to push off your back foot and find a front foot balance on that bent knee. Holding that bent knee position, the bent knee position.
Oh.
Yeah, for 3, 2, toe ball, heel. Put that back heel back down. Push through the front leg, back to center. So you're just holding your movement clock position and finding a balance on your front foot. Peel up off the floor. Open it to 10 or 2. Point it. Toe ball, heel, land. First, feel the tension by pulling the floor together. Then feel the tension by pressing the floor away. Bring it back to center. Push off of your back foot slowly, transferring weight on your front foot and hold. For 3, 2, toe, ball, heel connects. Push in the front foot to drive yourself back. We're only going to do the front 3 positions for this today. Front, knee open side, point, toe ball, heel, land. Feel the tension pull together, adduct, adduct, adduct. Then press away, press away, press away. Then bring it back into center, load up by pushing off your inside leg and try to find a balance on that outside leg and hold for 3, 2, then accept the floor with that back foot, heel comes down, push the front leg away. Great. Now you know, same thing other leg. Front knee, point, toe ball, heel, land. Pull together, scissor action. Opposite of scissors, press away. Then come to center, push off that back foot, flick the floor, hold a front leg balance. 3, 2, toe, ball, heel, push off the front foot, bring that straight leg underneath. 2 more, knee front, knee opens to 10 or 2, point, toe ball, heel, land. Feel the pull together. Feel the press away. Come back to center, push off the back foot, keep that front knee bent as you find that single leg balance, holding, and then toe ball, heel, full heel down, push to center. Last one, knee front, knee open side, point, toe ball, heel, land. From here, pull the floor together. Then press the floor away. Bring it back. Push off that lateral leg or the inside leg. Find that single leg balance. Try to stay square forward and keep your hips behind you. Then toe, ball, heel, full foot down. Push into the floor. Pew! To center. Nice. Shake it out.
Those sound effects do help. Feel, sensationalize that pull and push. Oh, I could also go for a sip of coffee, but first I'll do a set of push-ups here. It might be your plank, it might be your push-up. Today again, let's do 5. We'll hinge, just keep that hinge in today's practice, pressing the hips back. Then spend a second again, straighten the knees and finding that awesome strong position with vertical shins. Then break some of those hinging rules, tip forward, hands to the ground, whether it's from the modified position or your high plank, hold tension, or let's perform 5 push-ups. Brace, turtle shells on the front, and press away. Pull, push. Are your bums squeezed? Breathe. And 4, I think. And our 5th. Now tip the tailbone to the sky. Walk the hands to feet, feet to hands. Hinge. Press the feet away to extend through. And again, a little shake and wiggle. Excellent. We'll grab the chair from the back, and Lauren will now take us through our first set of hip circles.
Get your chair. Get your balance aid. Countertop.
There you go.
Chair. Wall. Radiator. Whatever you have. Find it. place your hand on it. Standing up tall on that inside leg, so that's the leg closest to your apparatus. Feel the foot gripping the floor, that arch is engaged. Nice strong leg all the way up into that butt cheek. From here, we're gonna bend that outside knee and hold it. Heel towards butt. Keep that belt line level, hold. 3, 2, now keep that knee nice and bent as you bring the knee to the front, keeping the foot underneath you or flexing the hip. Hold for a couple seconds here. From here, we're gonna send the knee to the side. The hips gently push forward as to not open with that knee. Stay stacked on your inside leg. Now let's bring that knee back to center. Whew. Repeat again, open that knee to the side. This time we're gonna disconnect the foot, internally rotate on the femur or lifting the ankle, femur rotates in. Hold for a second. Leg's gonna draw a circle slightly behind you, reaching around. The heel is gonna come back towards the bum or the leg goes on straight as it pulls underneath you. By straight, I mean still bent, and hold. Let's straighten the leg for real underneath us and just pause for a second. Whew. That hamstring might have said, beep, 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 or hala, hala, hala. Let's do it again, but different. Knee bends, kick your bum, hold, hips stay level. Let's reach that leg back slightly into hip extension. Now from here, we're gonna rotate around the back corner. So knee is gonna come to the side, foot is gonna come underneath your body, connecting towards the other knee. Holding, knee side, hips forward, strong on your standing leg. Pull that knee towards the front, adduct that leg. Now keeping that knee nice and bent, brush back to parallel quads and hold. Keep trying to kick your bum, keep that core brace, straighten the leg underneath, and just relax and shake out. Whew. Holla hips, holla hips.
The time under tension there, Lauren.
Now I just have to remember what I did. Do it again.
Half circles.
Half circles.
Half circles with an extra little adduction or hip in at the front.
Stacked on that inside leg, foot gripping. Knee on the outside leg bends. Either you're in your toe point, like Ian and I, or flex foot, be one knot halfway between both. Pull the knee to the front, keeping the hips level. The foot will stay underneath your body. And just hold for 3, 2, then send the knee to the side, the hips slightly press forward. Hold for a second, but then bring that leg back to center. Repeat again, knee goes to the side. From here, we'll disconnect that foot, do that light internal rotation so the ankle will lift, the knee will be in that fire hydrant position, and just hold for 3, 2. Now continue that circle around the back. Keep the knee bent as it comes underneath you. Hold for a second, and then straighten the knee under and relax for a second. Shake it out. And let's do it one more time, but backwards. Bend that outside knee, flicking the floor away, kicking the bum. Hold. Turtle shell on the front as you reach towards the back. Then rotate open in the socket, foot comes underneath you, knee goes to the side. Hold that side position. Hips tucked, core brace, adduct or pull that knee back through center. Brush the leg underneath. Keep the quads parallel for a second, but the core brace, the hip tuck, and then straighten out under your body. Whew. I think we covered all the major areas.
All the major hips on that one, for sure. Let's go back to the floor, setting up either that high plank or your push-up again. Last week, we asked 10. Are you interested in doing 10 push-ups?
10.
How about 20?
What?
Okay, well, let's stick with 5 today, but please let us know what your numbers are like, and we can send you some resources to improve your plank, improve your push-up, or just follow along with your nice rep count up to 100. Let's go. Set up your hinge.
If it was a dare, I could probably do it.
100?
No, 20.
Okay.
Only if it gets me out of dishes or something.
Ooh, okay. Well, let's do it then. It's a dare.
Okay, 20?
Oh my goodness, are we? Okay.
Anywhere from 1 to 20 push-ups. Here we
3,
go.
2, 1, go. 6. How many do you have at home? Not that it's a competition.
You're supposed to not go that fast.
15. Woo! Tailbone tip.
I don't know.
You up already?
Whose
Are
idea
you
it
still
was.
going at home? Because if you're still going at home, that means we're both doing the dishes here tonight.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
I didn't solve anything. We both did 20.
No one's doing the dishes tonight.
Ooh, that makes for a yucky morning.
You're right.
Whew, thanks for
go.
joining. I thought I was good and done. What did you want left to do?
I wanted our lateral lift-offs with those hips.
Okay, really quick. Let's go. Grab a chair.
All right. Grab
one.
that wall.
Pick
Grab
one.
the chair.
Pick one direction.
Take your leg out to the side and turn it in on the hip.
Meaning hide your inseam.
Hide your inseam. Then I'm going to try to touch Lauren's foot while touching the ground. Reach that leg as safely far away from center as you can. Straighten the leg, turn in on the hip, and then just relax the effort. Hips forward. Straighten the knee. Turn in on that lateral leg, and again, reach towards the center of this room here or away from your leg.
Are we lifting or no?
Touch the floor, reach far, reach far. It helps ensure that those hips can stay level without hiking the hip away. Then adduct, pull in, grow nice and tall. Rest for a second, and hopefully that feels like these side hips. One more time on the other side. So we'll take the leg out to the side, turn it in on the hip, stiffen the leg, and keep it on the floor. The intention is to lift the leg like Lauren said. Before today, just keep it down and reach away. Coast. Relax. Hips through, straighten the knee, turn in on the hip. Final repetition here, reach away from center. Feel the love, feel the hips, and then pull those inseams together. Grow nice and tall. And then let it relax a little bit.
Okay, now I can say my piece.
Awesome, say it.
Thanks for joining us today on a Restore and Recharge at the Barre. We hope that makes you feel a little more limber, a little more on fire for this beautiful day today. So go enjoy. Until next time, which is tomorrow morning if you want to join us for play, or Sunday morning, we have our pre-recorded Sunday morning routine. Join us with a cup of coffee. Until then, take care, stay strong, and we'll see and train with you soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Sorry.